Hello, wrestling fans. Let's talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw for August the 25th, 2025. Show open up with Roman, Bohr, and Reigns coming out. Talk about his match against Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris this weekend. But he wants to fight Bronson Reed tonight. And he's vowing to take out Revolution one by himself. I was falling asleep as he was talking, because it's the same old speech Roman gives, basically. Bronson Reed comes out with his pair of shoes around his neck. Paul Heyman, the Oracle, comes out, and Bronson Reed doesn't want to wait to crash in Paris. And he wants to fight Roman tonight. They brawl. Roman gets the best of him, Superman punch. Bronson Reed slams him down, but instead of going for the Tasami, he starts licking his tongue. He's right excited. He tries to grab those pair of sneakers Roman's got on his feet. Roman fights back, got his Superman punch. Again, Bronson Reed knocks him down for clothesline this time, and then he goes for a Tasami, realizing that should be more important than getting a pair of shoes. But Adam Pearce and a bunch of officials separate them in the segment. It went on way too long, 20 minutes. It should have been like a 10-minute segment, not 20 minutes to be dragged on. Bronson Reed is a big dude. He should be built like a wrecking ball, not a shoe thief. Like, the poor guy, if he ever does get released by WWE again, because he was released before, he's going to go become a shoe salesman and lose that job for stealing shoes, because he loves sneakers and shoes. The match between him and Roman at the pay-per-view should be, if Roman loses, he loses his pair of sneakers. There you go. That should be the stipulation. I'm wondering with this whole thing with Bronson Reed and shoes, I'm wondering Vince Russo's backstage writing this crap, because that'd be something Vince Russo would do. The opening match was LWO's Dragon Lee against Judgment Day's JD Madugo with Finn Balor at ringside. I love Dragon Lee's dragon theme attire. Like, the wings are mechanical, like they spread apart and then they close, then they spread apart again as he pushes a button. I love it. Keep wearing that Dragon Lee. Match starts off, they're going back and forth, and then Dragon Lee screws up on a Dragon Screw takedown on the leg. He slips. Like, that's a simple move to do, and you gotta mess that up. JD Madugo catches Dragon Lee coming off the top rope with an awesome drop kick to the midsection. Then, for no reason whatsoever, the referee sends Finn Balor to the back. I gotta understand why she sent him to the back. He never touched Dragon Lee. He never tried to attack him, anything like that. He was just, around ringside. Suddenly, the match gets glitchy. Like, the freezing, on freezes again. Then suddenly, it on freezes, and AJ Styles is out there beating up Dominic Mysterio, apparently showed up. And then JD Madugo turns around, Dragon Lee hits that sit-down powerbomb for the 1-2-3 to pick up the win. It would be nice to see the match and the entirety of it, but nope, we got a glitch. Rhea Ripley with Io Sky backstage talking. Rhea Ripley says, how will you come out to my match against Roxanne Perez next? Because Regal's going to be in a corner. And Io Sky says, no, I'm trying to be friends with Asuka and Kairi Sane still. Then it shows off camera Asuka and Kairi Sane listening to this conversation. I like that. And then Rhea Ripley hits the ring. And Io Sky doesn't know that Asuka and Kairi Sane have overheard this conversation of Rhea and Io Sky becoming good friends now over the rivalry over the Women's World title recently, the past few months. Great match these two women put on, Rhea Ripley and Roxanne. I love this match. Roxanne targeted the leg, snapped it backwards, snapped it around, stomped on it. She bent the leg around the rope like a pretzel and then just stomped down on it. Drop kicked the leg, and then she does that Chris Jericho lion salt, pitched her perfectly. Rhea Ripley fought back and delivers awesome, Irish whip into a clothesline, pick her back up, does the same thing 5 times in a row. Head bunts, Razor's Edge, goes for Riptide, but Regal distracts her, allows Roxanne to drop kick the leg again, goes for Hot Box. Rhea Ripley counters that into Riptide for the 1-2-3. After the match, Regal attacks Rhea Ripley alongside Roxanne. 2-on-1 beatdown. Io Sky makes the save, cleans house. And afterwards, in the night, Rhea Ripley approaches Io Sky, thanks her for the assist, and they should team up to go against Judgment Day, like next week or later on. And Io Sky say, you know what, let's do it. And then again, it showed Asuka and Kairi Sane. They confront them, and Asuka and Kairi Sane are not happy. Io Sky is going to team with Rhea Ripley now against Judgment Day. And Io Sky is trying, be peacemaker between this whole situation. And she ends up storming off upset again. It's going to lead to Asuka and Kairi Sane turn on Io Sky. That's a given. But what would be a cool curveball if Io Sky turns heel with Asuka and Kairi Sane and they take out Rhea Ripley for a while? That would be a curveball that nobody would see coming. That would be cool to see as well. Either way, I'd be happy with this whole feud because it would be Asuka and Kairi Sane more on TV because I like both of those women's tag team. I like the Kabuki Warriors. Let me know below if you're a comment. Let me know below in the comments if you're a fan of the Kabuki Warriors. AJ Styles took on Finn Balor. One-sided match. I was disappointed. Finn Balor sure had a lot more offense than he had. AJ Styles picked up the win easily with a Stars Clash. Then we had Penta took on Kofi Kingston one-on-one with Grace Waller exhibit with ringside. I love this match. Penta does that signature delayed dropkick in the corner, that running flip over face plant, backcracker out of the corner, hits the Penta driver. Kofi kicks out. Penta hit all those moves in a sequence, and for Kofi to kick out, that was amazing. Kofi's fighting back, hits the boom drop, top rope cross body. They end up fighting outside the ring, and he Penta's running at him, and he basically flips him over, and Penta lands on the announce table. He just bounces off of it. That was awesome. Penta's fighting back, goes for the Canadian Destroyer. Grayson Waller, Xavier Woods distract him, allows Kofi to hit Trouble in Paradise for the 1-2-3. Kofi Kingston gets the win. That was cool to see. Main event time, LA Knight took on Braun Breaker. Before the match started, however, backstage as the Oracle, Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker are heading to the ring. Roman Reigns sneak attacks him backstage, beats him up to security, basically escorts him out of the building for the doors. Then Adam Pearce shows up, tells Braun Breaker, hey, suck it up, you got a match, get going. LA Knight shows up out of nowhere, just pounces on Braun Breaker. They brawl for a good 5 minutes backstage, brawling out onto the stage. LA Knight sent Braun Breaker face first on the LED board, and that was some impact there. That was awesome. No wonder Braun Breaker was stunned there for a few minutes. I would be too. Braun Breaker fought back. They exchanged haymakers, get into the ring. The bell rings. All LA Knight. Monho stomping him in the corner. Running knee to the face in the corner. The jump up neck breaker out of the corner. The top rope elbow drop. Braun fights back with an awesome gut buster. Followed up by a amazing Frankenstein off the top rope. The running clothesline he does just flips LA Knight over. LA Knight's fighting back. Hits 2 DDTs back to back. Just spiking Braun Breaker around his head. Braun Breaker was going for the running spear he does off the ropes. LA Knight countered with a massive boot to the face. Went for the Rose Plant DDT. Suddenly, Rollins' music hits. Seth runs out, jumps up on the ring apron, and jumps off of it as LA Knight went to get a hold of him. LA Knight turns around. Braun Breaker hits the spear, other spear for the 1-2-3. Your winner, Braun Breaker. After the match, Revolution's beating up on LA Knight. Jey Uso takes his time coming out. I hate that. Jimmy runs out and makes a save. Sammy runs out and makes a save. Jay's got to walk out and just survey what's going on, and then just slowly makes his way to the ring. He gets in, and of course he gets his butt handed to him. CM Punk makes a save. The faces basically stand tall. They send the heels retreat, and then the show ends with Punk and LA Knight arguing back and forth of which one of them is going to beat Seth Rollins. to become world champion in the Fatal 4-Way match at Clash in Paris. Then Jey Uso reminds them that he's a part of the match as well, and ends the show by laying both out with super kicks. That was cool. The only match announced for next week was set up from a segment backstage where Dominic Mysterio, Judgment Day, approaches Adam Pearce and say, look, you got to do something with AJ Styles. And Adam Pearce, you know what? I do. Next week, Dom, you're defending your title against him. Good luck. And you can see Balor laughing his butt off that Dominic's defending his title again against AJ Styles. But when Adam Pearce leaves and Dominic turns around, Balor's like, oh man, that sucks, dude. Like, man, that sucks. I love that. That was so hilarious how he goes from laughing to like all being right serious and upset for his pal there quickly. That's the only match announced for next week. AJ Styles versus Dominic for the IC title. Sheamus Rusev delivered a video package hyping up the no disqualification match at the pay-per-view. I still say that should be a Falls Count Anywhere's match because they've been brawling for 3 weeks now amongst the fans. Maybe they're brawling amongst the fans, hopefully, at the pay-per-view, but it still should be Falls Count Anywhere's, not just a lame no DQ match. It's still going to be good, but the stipulation should be something better, right? Let me know below if you agree with that. Or do you actually like the no disqualification stipulation? Bayley, had a video of her turning heel again, basically. Then it shows Audley Valkyrie watching it this week, and she's concerned that Bayley is going to target her when she turns heel. You know that's a given. Sorry, I'm thirsty tonight. Apologize for that, folks. Then there was a segment backstage with Rollins hyping up his troops, and I noticed something. Did you guys catch this as well? Did you notice when Seth Rollins finished his speech, Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker kind of wasn't happy with what Rollins was saying? Is Braun going to turn this quickly and take out Seth Rollins and take over the leadership of Revolution? If it does, it's way too soon. They should have this stable run its course for like a year or two, right? Build up tension between Braun and Seth, like over the title for a few months. Build it up, but not just do it quickly. That would suck. So at the pay-per-view, they announced that due to Naomi vacating the title due to her pregnancy, Adam Pearce told Stephanie Varga that she will not be wrestling at the pay-per-view. Because she has no challenger. And Stephanie Varga's like, well, I won a Battle Royal months ago at Evolution 2 to earn a shot at a title at the pay-per-view. So she's like, give me a shot at not a title. And Adam Pearce, no, you already made your decision. You want the Women's World title. So he said, give me a week or two. I'll come up with a way to crown a new champion. And you'll be first in line to face that champion for the title. So she agrees with that stipulation now that she has to wait until a new champion's crowned. Nikki Bella was supposed to come out to challenge Becky Lynch tonight for a shot at the Women's Intercontinental title, but Becky interrupted and came out first, declined the challenge. Nikki came out, they basically blah, 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 blah. And Adam Pearce came out and said, you know what? The fans want to see this match. It's going to happen at the pay-per-view. So now we got another match at it. Becky defends the IC Women's title against Nikki Bella. So there you have it. The pay-per-view, you got one SmackDown match. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Raw has got the Fatal 4-Way. Rollins, LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso for the World title. You got Bronson Reed going after Roman Reigns' shoes in the match. You got Nikki Bella challenging Becky for the IC Women's title. And you got Sheamus versus Rusev and no disqualification. I like the matches on the pay-per-view card, some of them, but SmackDown, I wish the pay-per-views go back to so many matches from Raw, so many matches from SmackDown. Make it even. Because Sammy versus Solo should not be happening on SmackDown. Like, don't get me wrong, it should be a really good match to watch this Friday night, but that should be a pay-per-view style matchup, right? You know what I was thinking? And let me know below in the comments if you agree with this. Should WWE, since they do a pay-per-view once a month, should they have it so 1 month is all one brand's matches? The next month be like all the other brands matches like they used to do a long time ago, which worked great. Because that way you can build more storylines up, and SmackDown gets a chance to shine on the pay-per-view more than just having one match. There you have it, folks. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.